Okay, might have jumped the gun just a smidge on the whole Tsukuyomi as a mass murderer thing. I forgot, the show's kind of stupid, and I was equally stupid for falling for its trap. Sorry about that. Okay, this week we're taking a look at Kamen Rider Zeo episode 27, Power Rangers Beast Morphers episode 3, and the new guy on the block, Kishiryu Sentai Ryusoulger. Let's see, was that? Yeah, Kishiryu Sentai Ryusoulger. Yep, we got ourselves the debut of Ryusoulger to cover here. Woo! And that means three shows to cover here, but one of them's kind of not so much on plot right now, so we'll see. Anyways, episode 27 of ZO. Yeah, after finally unlocking Gates Revive, Gates, a power to overwhelm somebody like ZO or ZO2, it comes at a bit of a cost. See, the enormous strength, the enormous power that Gates Revive provides him is slowly but surely killing him. Apparently, it works by manipulating time around him or something like that. Basically, in layman's terms, the longer Gates uses the powers of Gates Revive, it's just destroying his body. He's basically killing himself while he's using it. So yeah, when Chuck, remember we're calling White Waz Chuck the Plot Convenience Fairy because of his OP garbage. Whenever he calls Gates his savior, it's it's kind of a Jesus allegory. Yeah, basically killing himself to ensure that the Demon King Omazio is gone for good. So yeah, refers to him as a savior. What he really means is his martyr. Not unlike the Time Jackers whenever they go and create another writer. Oh, and speaking of, another Zio is still running around on the loose. And oh yeah, we actually learned little bit more about Schwartz today. And mostly that Schwartz is the one responsible for all of this. See, when we flash back to when Tsukuyomi got on the bus with young Sogo and young Hiru back in like 2009, yeah, it turns out that she and Tsukasa weren't the only ones that showed up on that bus. This is apparently the first instance of Schwartz, starting to do this stuff, and this is the time he first encountered Tsukuyomi. Yeah, the reason why he was on that bus, he killed pretty much everyone. He used his time jacker powers to basically kill almost everyone on the bus, save for Sogo, Hiru, and like five or six other kids that were on the bus. Specifically, he was looking for children that were born in the year 2000, the turn of the millennium, to see who would basically become the Demon King of Time. He kidnapped these 8 kids and transported them to the future, where the world was he basically sent them to the future of Oma Day. He saw the Daimajin were running around and destroying everything, and that's when he basically, yeah. Okay. Long story short, Schwartz was the one who was the mysterious hat wearing guy in Sogo's nightmares, and basically was the one who basically, yeah. No, there's no working around this. Schwartz was the one who essentially traumatized and tortured Sogo into becoming Omazio. This raises more than a couple of questions, like, why in God's name did he do that? The entire goal of Schwartz and the Time Jackers is to override the future of Omazio and create their own time. Basically, put their own Demon King of their own Omazio on the throne. So why would Schwartz go and set the events up to create Omazio? I keep saying over and over again that the Time Jackers are stupid villains, but this takes it to like unprecedented levels. Schwartz is literally the one who created his own worst enemy. He created a he took these 8 children, basically, yeah, no, yeah, I just figured it out. He literally killed these kids' parents just so he could make his real life Batman. He's trying to create his own demon Batman. He is Joe Chill. and Sogo is evil Batman. So, why is he even doing this? Just, I have no clue. We don't have any clue at this point. But again, we also see that, Tsukuyomi and Tsukasa, well, Tsukasa may have been listed as dead on the registry, but we see in the episode, just before the bus blew up, Tsukasa managed to get himself and Tsukuyomi out of there by basically opening up one of his tears. To use Bioshock Infinite terminology, basically ripped open the space time, the wavy portal thing that he uses to travel between worlds. Yeah, I'm just calling them tears. He opened up a tear, allowing him and Tsukuyomi to escape, and this set up the events to not only turn Sogo into Omazio, down the path of Omazio, but turn Hiro into a deranged lunatic and become another Zio. Oh yeah, and speaking of, Hiro knows that he's not strong enough to take on either Sogo or Gates now that they got their super that they have Zio2 and Gates revived respectively, and Hiro still blaming Sogo for all this because I'm guessing he must have repressed Schwartz for the trauma, I guess, or maybe Schwartz brainwashed him or something to forget about him or some other crap. But yeah, he's still gunning for Sogo, and he knows that he's going to need some extra help, which is where Ur comes into play. Yeah, Ur is definitely has completely lost any and all trust in Schwartz after the whole Another Kikai incident, and this following a conversation with Was, who's asking him in order for help in dealing with Gates Revive. It's got him thinking that he might need his own personal power player in this, and so he's using Hiro to basically do that, to counter not only the advancements of Black Waz, but also Sogo and Gates. And to do this, somehow he teaches Hiro how to create another Riders, so he's been going around attacking people, and he's already recreated another Ghost and another Gaim. Yeah, apparently Hiro could just recreate old Another Riders. I mean, we already know he could turn to previously created Another Riders because, well, he attacked the original contract holders and got their some remnants of power from them. That makes sense, but how did Or teach him to do that? How does Hiro know how to do this? Is it sort of like with the Another Riders being perversions of Kamen Rider's powers, whereas like Sogo borrows the powers of the original Kamen Riders to get his new get the ride watches, and another Zio has the ability to create Another Riders as the perversion of that. That's what I'm going with, I guess. Just ugh. Anywho, that's all right. Let's see, where were we here? Oh yeah, we actually get a little bit of development for Sogo's uncle in this episode. I haven't really been feeling to bring him up all that often because he's mostly just been not really comic relief. He's just been there. But now, since Gates and Tsukuyomi left, he's basically concerned that Sogo is just, well, basically alone again, and yeah, he's just concerned that when Sogo says, when he brings this up, Sogo's like, don't worry, I'm fine. That's what's got him worried because, yeah, anybody who just says, I'm fine when, they're just alone like Sogo's been ever since his parents died, he's afraid that Sogo is turning into a sociopath. Somebody who just like masks his real emotions, just tries to put on the fake facade of, no, everything's fine, when really all he just wants to do is scream, cry, and just beg for someone to help him. And yeah, he goes and calls Sogo out on that, and hopefully this conversation, hits Sogo a little bit closer to home. And yeah, I can't exactly remember exactly how he said it, but he said that, someone who just says, I'm fine, when he doesn't really mean it, is just, well, in Sogo's terms, becoming a king who doesn't understand the suffering of others when he can't understand his own suffering. Basically, I don't really know if that's how he said it, or is this, but I think the point of it's clear. Just be honest with your feelings. Just if you know you need help, if you want someone to help you, you just gotta have the courage to do it. That honestly kind of it honestly felt like the genuine, most sincere bit of writing out of this show. I mean, like the way it was staged and, uh, uh, but yeah. Anyways, yeah, Hiru's definitely a good example of this since, yeah, he's just basically been lashing out at Sogo over all of his problems in an attempt to make himself feel better, and he's turning people into another riders, just forcing them to become these monstrous aberrations of heroes to basically go and dogpile on somebody who had absolutely nothing to do with what happened to him. Yeah, Hiru is. Yeah, he's a victim of the Time Jackers, but he's still a monster at the end of the day, and they're gonna have to take him out. And oh yeah, speaking of the another guy and another ghost he created, they attacked. They managed to track down Chuck, and well, managed to corner him when he transforms. But Hiro wants Chuck and the powers of Kamen Rider Waz out of the picture, so he manages to use a blank ride watch that he managed to gave him and steal Kamen Rider Waz's powers. But when Chuck tries to use his reality overriding garbage powers again, he wrote down Kamen Rider Waz's powers returns to Waz. He didn't specify which Waz, so yeah, Black Waz intercedes, grabs the power, and now he's the one in control of the powers of Kamen Rider Waz, leaving Chuck to just scream and yell impotently, whereas everybody else just ignores him now. No idea what they're going to be doing with him, and yeah, he's not happy with this. And yeah, in order to protect his his demon king, Black Waz is confronting Gates, even though and yeah, everybody's warning him that if he continues to use the powers of Gates Revive, it's going to kill him. But yeah, Gates has resolved to basically finally finish the job he set out to do because, yeah, from his perspective, Tsukuyomi was the one who caused the deaths of all those innocent people because he was being too much of an idiot to actually get the job done that he came to do. Yeah, he's been going on over and over and over again about how he was going to kill Sogo, but because he kept getting cold feet and being an idiot about this, Tsukuyomi had to get her hands dirty. I mean, we know that's not true, but yeah, from Gates' perspective, his best friend, his only ally, has become a mass murderer because he was too much of an idiot to pull the trigger. So now he's gonna get the job done. He's gonna kill Zio even if it kills him. But we all know that's not really what's gonna happen. We'll see how it resolves. So for this episode, it's not too bad. It's actually starting to. It looks like it's starting to pick up a bit, but then again, this is still Kamen Rider Zio, and we know the guys running the show are just. So yeah, it looks like next episode we're finally gonna get a resolution to the another Zio arc. Again, Schwartz should have just kept this guy in the back in the. He should have kept another Zio until he managed to complete all the another riders, but whatever. So now we have where Tsukasa and Tsukuyomi ended up in the conflict between Gates and Sogo finally, reaching its endpoint for now. Black Waz becoming a Kamen Rider, becoming Kamen Rider Waz. What's going to be happening with Chuck? And yeah, just whole lots of pieces to pick up there. And yeah, speaking of pieces, we now have Power Rangers Beast Morphers episode 3. And, well, it's a standard filler episode. Nothing really much to get into there. Basically, let's see, Devin's dad, the mayor, is planning on clearing out some forest area in order to create a new road that would resolve traffic, and this does not make a whole lot of sense for several reasons. First things first, yeah, the reason why Zoe's getting involved in this is because, well, hey, it's gonna be messing around with nature, man. Okay, she's just concerned for the local flora and fauna, but if anybody actually knew what they were doing or actually cared about what they were doing, they would have already established some would have tried to minimize the damage that their new road would do to the surrounding ecosystem. I mean, where I live, there's like plenty of roads through forest areas. Just basically just a couple of streaks of cement there, and the rest of the surrounding flora and fauna are basically just fine. It's not like they're going to be clearing down every single bit. It's not like it's Who Framed Roger Rabbit where they're going to be tearing down Toontown to make way for a freeway or something like that. It's just a single like line of road. But even then, I have no idea how this stretch of road is going to resolve traffic because they live in a city. I don't. Yeah, just one little batch of road through a forest is not going to do a whole lot for traffic when it's congested. Well, like metropolitan area. I mean, like it's not like if like say you go to Chicago. I mean, you don't just oh, there's too much traffic here. Oh, if only we had ourselves like one extra road. All right, so yeah, what might actually and yeah, Zoe's solution is to create a whole bunch of bicycles that are powered by that are powered by Morphex. Yeah, why would bicycles need Morphex? They're bicycles. You just put your feet on the pedals and just go. Yeah, apparently they're like, well, yeah, she's trying to basically give like ideas for like city bikes. If you go to New York City or like any major cities, yeah, Citibank has basically put like free rental bicycles for anybody could just like I don't really know how it works because I don't ride bikes, especially not in New York City because all the traffic and stuff. They created like special lanes for these bicycles. So basically cut down on traffic, and okay, from that perspective, that kind of makes sense. But why does it need the Morphex? Just to give it like a little extra boost? What you think people don't need the exercise or whatever? Yeah, and again, when you're dealing with an enemy whose main goal is to steal as much Morphix as they can to bring a cybernetic eldritch abomination into your world, that's not exactly the best of ideas. And spoilers, Blaze, Roxy, and Evox capitalize on that. Yeah, Blaze goes in. Blaze takes the offense this time and takes let's see, what was this? Oh God, what is that idiot's name again? Oh yeah, Scrozzle. Yeah, Blaze takes the offense this time and takes Scrozzle's laptop computer and uses to create a new monster called Needletron, who has the ability to siphon off Morphex from the needles that are on its arm. And again, surprisingly for this series, the Rangers just take care of Needletron almost like that, but leave behind the Morphex extraction piece, which is what Blaze really needs to go and implement the plan. And so, yeah, Blaze steals a whole bunch of Morphex, but really all it does is manage to just give them enough juice to summon summon a new Gigatron. Let's see what. Oh, hang on, let's see. Oh yeah, the Gigadrones. Yeah, again, still learning the new terminology for the series, so bear with me if I'm just like ducking down there. It's like, wait, what? Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, they basically, yeah. Long story short, the new road doesn't get made. The construction workers are out of a contract. One of them becomes the Vulture, but hey, you have to save a whole bunch of lizards and bugs and whatnot. Okay, I kid, but again, it's a standard filler episode. It wasn't filled with anything excessively stupid. And again, for filler episodes for Power Rangers these days, average to okay is considered exceptional considering what we just had to go through with the Neo Saban era. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm gonna stop trying to bring up the Neo Saban era. So, oh yeah, one thing I actually forgot is that we get our first confrontation between Zoe and Roxy. And yeah, Zoe and oh yeah. Yeah, their back and forth is pretty good, and although both of them do come off as like kind of dinguses, like, especially towards the end of the fight, where yeah, especially Roxy, where Zoe manages to manage to trigger with a about to explode bottle of Morphex, and you'll see. Ugh. And yeah, we actually get to see let's see, Ravi and Smash transform their Zord into its gorilla mode to go and take care of the Needle Drone. And hey, it's nothing too bad, and just a standard safe filler episode. Nothing much to bring about here. And now we come along to the first episode of Ryusoulger. Okay, let's get the premise out of the way here. Apparently back 65 million years ago, still keeping up with the whole ancient civilization thing existing 65 million years ago, like back with, let's see, Zoo Ranger and O Ranger, basically still trying to adhere to Sentai lore because, well, but then again, if you actually know about Earth's history, yeah, there weren't any civilizations 65 million years ago, but again, just it was already established before. Can't really go back on that now. And besides, we already have. This is a universe where a group of 5 people transform into spandex-clad heroes to fight against, let's see, aliens, demons, mutants, bounty hunters, and let's see, alien gangsters, and just all sorts of weirdness every year. So again, bear with me here. Let's see here. So yeah, before we, this new civilization that showed up 65 million years ago, along with the let's see, the ancient civilization from O Ranger. Let's see, the conflict with let's see, the Fey tribes that were at war with Bandora and Zoo Ranger. The Goma tribes from the Goma and Dai tribes from Dai Ranger, and all those other ancient civilizations and all that garbage. Anyways, yeah, these new guys are called the Druidon. Let's see, called the Druidon tribe. Who? Let's see, were let's see. Yeah, apparently there were the Druidon tribe were at war with a race of ancient humans, but finally decided to go and vamoose for the planet when when the meteor that wiped out the dinosaurs came along, and basically said that we're gonna be back to go and claim your stuff, and probably bumped into Bacchus Hound along the way at some point. I don't know. But anyways, yeah, the Druidon tribe are back, and the descendants of the ancient tribe that fought against them. Let's see, what? Hang on. The Ryuso tribe, let's see, and their dinosaur companions, the Kishiryu, let's see, hang on. Yeah, basically, the Kishiryu are basically our giant mechs, and when the Ice Age came around, that brought about the destruction of the dinosaurs, and the Ice Age that was brought about by the meteor, or technically again, and here is the Sentai lore, apparently it's caused by the Zetsu mates, but whatever. Yeah, apparently when that happened, the Ryuso tribe sealed their Kishiryu and temples all over the world for safekeeping. And yeah, now that the Druidon are back, it's time to go bust the big boys out. So basically, so far the last 3 warriors of the Ryuso tribe that we get introduced here. Let's see, Ryuso Red, Blue, and Pink, and their 3 respective mentors. Well, they have to deal with the returning Druidon tribe, who just absolutely decimates their village and leaves our 3 heroes as the sole survivors. Yeah, no, they're all dead. I mean, we don't see the bodies or anything like that, but their bodies just fade away into dust, and there's massive devastation. So, yeah. And yeah, the new leader of the enemy fact, and the supposed leader of the Druidon tribe. Let's see here. Hold on. Let's see. Tank Joe, whichever one you want. Yeah, he single-handedly does this with the help of of a monster called of their monster faction called the Minosaurs. Let's see, Minosaurs. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, these giant Godzilla-like Daikaiju that are just there to wreck shit and take names. And yeah, Tank Joe just kills Ko's mentor right in front of him. And yeah, Ko, our new Red Ranger, and yeah, our Blue and Pink Rangers, Meru and Asuna. Yeah, their mentors get killed by the Minosaur. And yeah, they basically those three are the new Ryu soldiers. But yeah, when they finally drive Tank Joe, let's see, hang on, Tonka Joe and his, I don't know, weird mushroom sentient pile of Nickelodeon slime thing, Curion, when he drives away and defeat the Minosaur with their newly revived Kishiryu. Basically, their elder goes and tells them that, yeah, you three aren't the only Ryu soldier left. There were two others that trained in the same way as you guys did, but they decided to leave the tribe a couple of years ago, which is Kishiryu Black and Green, respectively. Ryusoul Green and Black, Towa and Bamba. Yeah, now Green and Black, those two actually got introduced in the Super Sentai. Let's see, the 4-week miniseries that I refused to cover because it was basically just fan service for the Heisei era, fan service for the last few years of Sentai, uh, last few decades, whatever you want to slice it. So yeah, basically we have ourselves a brilliant setup for a rivalry between let's see, oh sorry, between Ko and Tankjo. We have our three heroes vowing to destroy the Druidon tribe for, basically killing everyone that they've known and loved, and yeah, basically they're charged duty to protect the Earth from these returned aliens and these returned would-be conquerors. And yeah, that's seemingly about it. Except they get themselves some annoying comic relief. Some wannabe internet YouTube star named Yui Tatsui, and yeah, I don't want to talk about this point, but yeah, basically, okay, you know what? Screw it. I'm just gonna go over this anyway. Yeah, Yui and her introductory moments were basically a parody slash whatever about the incident last year with Logan Paul. I don't think I need to go over the details again, but it's shot at the same location. She has the same mannerisms, but thankfully they don't actually go and do the shit that Paul did. But yeah, she's sticking around as a comic relief, and she is very, very annoying. Yeah, she's always the camera's always zoomed up on her. She's bugging. She screams. She's just she is annoying. But thankfully we could just at least it's not Code, our new Red Ranger, who is this annoying, because thankfully I think Toei's finally learned their lesson that annoying Red Rangers like Takaharu, Right, and Lucky don't work anymore. So yeah, hopefully they're just going to ignore that character types from now on. Actually, yeah, Ko is he seems to be, yeah, the way this is set up, just like with Beast Morphers, there doesn't seem to be a whole lot of chances for them to make these guys into idiots. Although there is definitely seems to be the fish out of water element, since yeah, the Ryuso tribe seems practice and train in isolated pocket dimensions, which is actually where Yui comes in, since she was poking around a certain location, and that she wandered into basically. Have you ever, anybody familiar with the location Gorilla City in the DC universe? Yeah, it's like either Wakanda or Gorilla City, like Marvel or DC, take your pick. Basically, it's the same thing. A secret society that's basically protected by some sort of barrier, whether it's through technology or, in the Ryuso tribe's case, magic. Basically, they cut themselves off from the rest of the world to basically practice and train for when the Druidon tribe comes back. And yeah, whenever somebody wanders in, that's a no-no. Since for some reason outsiders are forbidden in the village. So basically, what happens is that normal procedure is that basically just go and do a Men in Black thing. It's just like bye. But yeah, before Ko can actually remove this nuisance's memories, that's when the first Minosaur attacks and the village gets devastated. So yeah, she knows who they are, she knows what's going on, and she's most likely going to be providing the Ryusoulgers a base of operations, while again acting as the annoying comic relief. Hopefully, if this well, it's too early to tell what they're going to be doing with her. Just hopefully they'll stop zooming in on her, stop making her so annoying because yeah, learning the context behind this character, how she was introduced and whatnot, it makes her very, very uncomfortable for anyone to watch or deal with. Yeah, I'm not gonna. Yeah, this is a very, very awkward and kind of a bad position for Toei to try and do something like this right now, considering how apparently Sentai is not exactly. Apparently, this is like their make or break series because if not, Sentai is most likely. Uh, Long story short, if Ryusoulger doesn't succeed, Sentai's probably not gonna last. I mean, yeah, the fact that we're going with yet another dinosaur theme, just like 6 or so years after Kyoryuger, should be enough of evidence that they're getting desperate at this point. Alright, yeah, let's look at the gaps between Zyuranger, Abaranger, and Kyoryuger. Like, at least, like 10 or so years in between those dinosaur series. And yeah, the Dinosaur Sentai series usually have some pretty high toy sales, considering, apparently everybody loves them dinos. And yeah, considering it's only been like 6 years or so since Kyoryuger, which was, to this date, the third highest grossing Sentai, and apparently, even though writing wise, Lupin Ranger versus Pato Ranger was miles better than Q Ranger, it still was not exactly the best of things sales wise. So yeah, going back to the dinosaur bit again. From what I could tell, apparently the toys are like going for some new types of articulation or whatnot, or basically what Old Ranger did with its toy line. And yeah, it was the extra articulation was what apparently made Old Ranger to this date the highest grossing Sentai series, despite the absolutely shaky, everything concerning the series itself. So yeah, basically with these new they're hoping Toei's basically hoping that the sales figures will hopefully balance out the writing quality. But so far, Ryusoulger is actually, well, it's way too early to tell, but for the first episode for this new series, it doesn't look like it's pulling its punches. And yeah, it's taking itself seriously, and again, avoiding the idiot Red Ranger trope, which unfortunately gets itself a seal, like a point up. And yeah, again, you shouldn't have to reward a show for your leads not being insufferable jackasses. So yeah, Ryusoulger. Okay, well, might as well talk about the suits now. They're okay, I guess. Yeah, basically it's mostly just a single pattern color. Hold on a second. Let me just get a better picture here, just so I can. Let's see here. Okay, hold on a sec. Yeah, the Ryusoulgers. Yeah, basically suit wise, they're okay. It's basically just a big old blob of their colors, but with a sort of black zigzag line on there to basically kind of show like like a T-Rex's jaw on there. Kind of like what kind of like what the original Zoo Rangers were trying to do with the diamond patterns there. But from there, it was like the Zoo Rangers diamond patterns look like a dinosaur biting down from the front, whereas the Ryusoulgers kind of looks like it's biting up. And again, what I actually do like are the helmets. It combines the themes it combines both of the themes pretty well. Dinosaurs and knights. And yeah, they definitely resemble a lot more like the visor of a knight's helmet, combined with the themes of their respective dinosaurs. And yeah, that looks alright. Oh yeah, and the Ryusoulgers also do have a blotch of silver on the left side of their designs to, well, basically add a little bit more color balance there and not just have it be overtaken by the color, especially in Ryusoul Black's case, since a black on top of black. I mean, how much more black could it be? The answer is none. None more black. But again, the blotch of silver does help to give it some color balance. Kind of like why Superman why Superman looks good with the red trunks. Basically color balance. Otherwise, you're just looking at a giant blob of the color, and it just doesn't work. Again, Superman's aesthetics. After he lost the red trunks, it just didn't work. But again, still good that Superman got them back. But yeah, a little bit of color balance to break it up, it helps. Oh, and yeah, there's little bits of gold on the on the arms and the legs. Kind of looks like again, adding on to the night theme, kind of looks like greaves or like boots on a set of armor, which again helps. So far, the Ryusoulger suits nowhere near, not as much as I don't like these suits anywhere as much as the Lupin Rangers or even the Pat Rangers designs. But for this, it gets the job done. Hey, White Fix what ain't broke. It's not really gonna wow me, but hey, at least it doesn't look at least it doesn't look lazy, stupid, or repulsive like certain other Sentai suits I could name. But let's not go there. Yeah, no, I'm a critic. I'm not a fashion designer. But hey, whatever. What do I know? Anyways, yeah. So Zeo might be starting to pick itself up. Let's see. Beast Morphers is at least still, it's nowhere near as insulting as the previous years. And Ryusoulger, despite some, some moments that make you go, or at least should make Toei executives be going, looks like it's gonna be, it's way too early to call, but nothing I could say that really detracts from it, except for that one character. But we've seen shows like this go and deal with annoying characters like that before, actually make them grow up. Again, if they can actually make Yui, grow up from her initial nonsense, then, good. That's what you should do with annoying characters like this. For positive of that, look at Akiko from Kamen Rider Double. When she started off, she was insufferable, but very early on, they called her out on her crap, and she actually got better as the show went on. Hopefully, something like that happens here. Only time will tell. So, 3 episodes, and we're gonna be sticking with this for a little while. If it takes a little bit longer, it's because personal life, the subgroups releasing them on in a convenient time, and all that jazz. So, all right, see you next week. Bye.